These are my top 10 free saturation plugins. And no, you don't need to go download all 10, but this video shows you the free offerings out there, and then you can go download the ones you like the most. Here is the sample we're going to be working with without any saturation added. I try to produce something clean with more or less real sounding instruments and something with quite a lot of low end, because I find if it has to sound clean and there's a lot of low end, that's kind of a challenging material to saturate in my experience. Make sure to stick around for number 5, which is probably my favorite, and check out number 3, which has the most features. Now let's have a listen to IVGI by Klanghelm. Also pay attention to the bypass control on the top left of the plugins, which lights up orange when it's bypassed. I know this isn't long enough to give you a full impression of how the plugin sounds, but honestly all plugins in this list sound good. Pick the one with the features you need or with the interface you like best, because it's also important to work with tools that we enjoy working with. Still, I hope you get some idea of how the plugins sound, especially on how you get different results because they have different controls. Talking about IVGI, you will mainly be using the top 2 knobs. The bottom 2 are very subtle, but help you to shape the saturation a bit. The second one we're going to have a look at is GZ Plus by TB Pro Audio. This one gives you way more controls. It has a handy link function between the input and output to keep your volume levels even, and you have full control over odd and even harmonics. This next one gives you even more control though. Let's have a look at Amp Saturator by Melda Production. You get control over even more different harmonics, and there's a compounder module, which is the combination of a compressor and expander. In this video I'm trying to focus on solely the saturation aspect though, as there would be many plugins that are equalizers or compressors that also saturate your music. Here I want to showcase plugins that focus on only saturation though. This next one is a classic. This was the soft tube saturation knob, and I think the saturation type switch is very useful. Now let's have a look at the Voxengo tube amp, which to me sounds the best on this material. These next two are both by Variety of Sound. Ferric TDS is pretty much a tape emulation with even a dynamic section, whereas Tesla Pro you can maybe call a enhancer. It has a control for the bass and the high frequency transient. Tuba is one of the many amazing free plugins by Analog Obsession, and most of them are non-linear, so even an EQ by Analog Obsession will saturate your mix a bit. This one even comes with some tone controls where you have a high shelf, for example. These These last two plugins are getting quite old, but they're reasonably well supported still. The Vintage Tube Saturator by WaveArts and the SGA 1566 by Shattered Glass Audio both offer some basic EQ bands and sound very good. Thanks for watching. I hope you found some new plugins to work or play with. Subscribe for more music production related content.